Today I want to talk about a couple of carry options for a 2011. My daily carry is a 2011 platform. It's an STI DVC Carry, which is a double stack 9mm, similar to a 1911, but they call it a 2011 with a modular grip frame. This is a commander size gun, and again, this is what I use for daily carry. Finding holsters for them can be a little bit difficult at times, but there's ways. I've got two options here that I use. The first one is a G-code Phenom holster. It's pretty nice. It works well. I use it for Appendix carry. This is the one that I prefer. I did have to do a slight modification, which I'll get into in a minute, just to make it work with the 2011. And the second holster that I have is a Crossbreed Supertuck. It's made for strong side, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock carry. I find this to be very comfortable. It's a very good holster, but I don't use it for some reasons. Anyway, onto the G-code. This is the Phenom holster, Appendix carry. I like this one because the clip, you can rotate it a little to the left, a little to the right, or put it vertical just to adjust the cant, depending on how you like it. I find that adjusting it the way I have it helps to conceal the grip of the gun a little bit better. It also has this claw. They call it the Mo claw. I wish it was a little bit bigger, just again to help conceal that double stack frame. You know, maybe they'll come out with a bigger one, or maybe I'll just have to get one made. I don't know. But it works very well. The only issue that I had with this holster was it does not come pre-molded for a 2011. So what I ended up doing was ordering it for a non-railed 1911 and then using a heat gun to warm up both sides. And then just press the gun in, and it will form to that gun. You can basically remold these holsters, these kydex holsters, a little bit. And the only difference here was more or less at the trigger guard. Right here on a 1911, this is rounded, whereas on the 2011, it's square, as you can see. Other than that, everything else lines up perfectly, so minor change to get that to go. So let me show you real quick how these work with concealment in terms of appendix carry with a relatively large handgun, and I'll show you in the t-shirt, and I've also got a flannel here just so you get a good idea of how they do or don't conceal. So again, this is appendix carry. It's my preferred location. You can see that claw engages the belt. And if we go ahead and place this in here, you can see it conceals fairly well for a large gun. If I sit down, I find it fairly comfortable. Again, placement's key. You don't want that barrel digging into your leg. You want it more on a part, you know, in between your leg and your crotch there. And then it becomes very comfortable. So this is what I use, it's what I like. If I go ahead and put on a flannel, you'll see it just completely disappears. If I show you right here, you can see it does print a little bit, just with that grip. And like I was saying before with that claw, if it should come in a little bit more, I can kind of show you that by pulling in on it. If it comes in a little bit more, it would conceal better if it was a larger claw. But it is what it is. With a larger shirt on, you know, you won't even know it's here. So that is the appendix carry. That's the G-code Phenom, but most of the appendix carries are going to be very similar to that. If we get back to Crossbreed holster, this is going to be designed to carry closer around the back. I don't like this location as much for a couple of reasons. I just don't find that my draw is nearly as good, but, you know, it's a very comfortable place. Just isn't my preferred choice. Alright, so got that on. You can see it goes back here. So with this Crossbreed holster, that's where you want to carry it. Sitting down is fine, no problem, it's very comfortable. If I turn around here, you can kind of get a feel for how it looks. I think this is a very concealable location. You're not gonna really see it very much. If I stretch differently, you can get that to print a little bit. But it works pretty well, and it is comfortable. I just don't like the draw location. Real quick, I'll throw on that flannel. You'll see it completely disappears. So again, just you can see it. Grip is right here, where my hand is, but you're really not going to see it. So if being concealed is important to you, it's a good option. The nice thing about this holster, I'll go ahead and take it out now, is that it is adjustable. You can adjust how high it rides. There's a couple of different holes in there, so you can adjust these clips and make it ride deeper. You can also adjust the cant depending on your personal preference. And so as it's sitting there, it can ride up or ride back a little bit, whichever way you prefer it. Nice holster, very comfortable. Retention when it's not on your body is, it's going to fall out, but once you put it on and it forms to your body, that retention is quite a bit better. So, overall, pretty solid holster, good choice. It is comfortable, it's not my preference. So the reason I don't like this holster too much is just that I don't like the location back there. I don't believe I'm as good with my draw there as I am more of an appendix carry. It all comes down to personal preference and your body type, what you're comfortable with. You know, I'm 6 foot 210. I can carry appendix just fine. It's not an issue for me. If you're a bigger guy, you might have more of an issue with it. It might not be comfortable. If you're really small, maybe it's going to print more. You just have to take a look at your body type, clothes you wear, and your personal preferences. Pick a holster that you like. But these are two options that I have found. Two of them that I'm pretty happy with overall. Again, G-code Phenom, Crossbreed Supertuck. Just two options for that 2011. One other item with this Supertuck. When I first started carrying this holster, I would find that after wearing it out for a little while, it would eventually depress the magazine release by rubbing up against your body. So what would happen is the magazine would eject like that, and it would stay in. But, you know, if you were to draw, this thing would just come out. The way to fix that, and if you get this, you're probably going to have to do this with any 1911. The way to fix it is if you take a look at where the magazine release actually is in that leather. There's a nice little wear mark on this. So your magazine release rides right here, and so your body would press against that and would release it. If you want to fix this, you need to pay attention to where that is, find that area, flip this over, and get this area wet behind it, and you're going to reform this holster. So you don't just take a damp towel and blot it. You actually want to run water on it. So what I did is I put it under a faucet right here, hit the water here and let it run, so I'd get this whole section here wet. And then turn it over, get your thumb in there, and press. Just reform this. Get a little divot in there. Get yourself some clearance. Once that's done, you know, form it for a couple of minutes. And once it's done, let it dry. And you should be good to go. So I've reformed mine. I've got a little divot in there. And now, when I wear this, I don't have any more issues with the magazine ejecting. So just a minor issue that I had with this. Easy way to fix it. Anyway, hope you found that helpful. And good luck with your search for holsters.